The following program is sponsored by Johnson & Noriega, attorneys at law, and features legal questions from viewers. Nothing in the program establishes attorney-client privileges.
Good afternoon and welcome to Ask the Lawyer. I'm your host, Brenda Teal. Here to answer your legal questions about DWI, criminal law, and personal injury today is Chris Johnson with the firm of Johnson & Noriega, attorneys at law. Just call the number that you see in your screen. It's 1-888-449-9971 or email your question to chris@johnsonnoriegalaw.com. Chris, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about your law firm.
Well, our law firm concentrates on criminal defense. We concentrate on personal injury. And we have a lawyer with us that practices family law, but we really want to concentrate on the individual. There's a lot of law firms out there. They deal with businesses, corporations, tax, and these sorts of things. But we really want to help people deal with their criminal issues, deal with the auto accidents, help them get back to living their normal lives.
Why did you go into law?
To be honest, law is one of the most important things in our society. It helps us to make sure that we keep everything in order. I just want to make sure that the law is doing what it's supposed to and making sure that society is functioning out how it should.
This is something you've always wanted to do?
My mom says even when I was a little kid, I used to run around with sticks and stuff saying, oh, I'm the judge, I'm going to be the lawyer. So, yeah.
I love it. All right, the phone lines are open right now if you have a question. 888-449-9971. We have Katrina in Irving on the line. What's your question?
What's a no-refusal weekend and how does it work?
Okay. Well, a no-refusal weekend, it typically is going to coincide with some sort of holiday. And these are normally going to be holidays like St. Patrick's Day, the 4th of July, which is coming up. These sorts of holidays, New Year's Eve, where people are more inclined to drink. Now, the thing with these weekends, no refusal is kind of a misnomer. Technically, you always have the right to refuse. The problem is if you get caught, if you've been drinking, even having one or two drinks, and the police suspect you of DWI, there's a judge waiting on standby to issue a warrant for a blood draw. Now, once that blood draw warrant's given, there's nothing you can do to refuse that blood draw. They can force you down and take it by force if necessary.
Will the police officer tell you this is a no refusal weekend?
It kind of depends on the police officer. Usually they do advertise these weekends. A lot of the construction signs will have it. A lot of the police officers will tell you, we're able to take that blood no matter what. So.
If you were that person's attorney, would you tell them to go ahead and submit to a breathalyzer on the scene or go ahead and have them take you in and do the blood draw?
If it was me, I'd probably go ahead and wait to have that warrant issued just because, fact of the matter is you want to make sure that you actually force them to use that warrant. If not, you're just volunteering to give your breath or your blood, especially a preliminary test is often inaccurate. So I would make sure that I at least got back to the station. Also, it's really important to go ahead and refuse to do any sort of preliminary roadside tests. These are the tests that you see people doing every day. Just because these tests aren't really designed to help you, they're designed to convict you.
I see. The phone line is open, 888-449-9971. Again, 1-888-449-9971. If you're not able to get through right away, please keep trying. Right now, we have Jason holding with a question. Hi, Jason.
The police officer arrested me even after I passed all his tests. Is that legal?
Now, that's a really good question. The police officers, they use a different kind of standard than just going through and checking off, say, for instance, this person failed this test, this person didn't fail this test. Now, I'll let you know, in my experience, most of the time, it's very rare to have a police officer's police report that'll say, okay, this person passed all the tests and we still went ahead and arrested him. Generally speaking, they're going to find something that you did that, caused you to fail a test. Now, these tests, again, they're not designed to acquit somebody, they're designed to convict somebody. However, the police are also using a standard, they basically have the totality of the circumstances to determine whether or not they're going to arrest somebody. Now, this could be, if you say you've had something to drink, if you smell like alcohol, if you've been driving erratic, if the police just has a good suspicion that, that you are drinking, they could find a reason to arrest you.
Okay, all right. The phone lines are open. Again, 888-449-9971. If you prefer to email, the email address is chris@johnsonnoriegalaw.com. Up next, we have an email question from Craig in Fort Worth. He asked, what does the average attorney cost? What do you think about that one?
now, that's kind of a tough question, just because, there's so many different factors that go into what an attorney is going to charge. Now, one of the things that, obviously an attorney might charge more for work that he's going to have to do more work on the case for. He might charge less for somebody that says, okay, well, I just want to go ahead and take the deal. I want to go ahead and do the probation. I think I'm guilty. And, he might charge more if the person says, I don't believe that I was driving under the influence. I think that I was, I think I was not intoxicated. I think I was fine to drive. That's obviously going to be more work. So if you go to trial or something like that, that could affect the pricing. Now, a couple months ago, I did some research on it, and I found that on MSN.com, they actually found that an average DWI is going to cost about $10,000. Now, this doesn't just include lawyers' fees, but it could include probation costs, license reinstatement, license suspension, these sorts of things. In my experience, I find them anywhere from a few $100s all the way to $20,000 for a DWI. So it is expensive.
But listen, if I've got a DWI and that could stay on my record or possibly cost me my job,
certainly.
I want the best representation possible.
Definitely, and you don't want to go with a bargain basement attorney. You want to go with somebody that you're comfortable with, somebody that you feel is going to do a good job for you, that you get that good vibe from.
That's right, that's right. The number to call is 888-449-9971, or you can email us a question at chris@johnsonnoriegalaw.com. Again, that's chris@johnsonnoriegalaw.com. We'll be right back answering more of your questions right here on Ask the Lawyer.